All right, you got to see this video of comedian Kevin Hart. He gets hammered drunk at the Super Bowl, and then he tries to sneak his way up to the podium where they're actually giving the trophy to the owner of the Eagles. He doesn't get on. The video cameras are following him, getting clowned on the whole time, but he doesn't give up, and he somehow sneaks on to Game Day Live, the post-game show. And all the dudes there who are talking are trying to act like it's somewhat normal because they don't want to act like they're shocked that he's up on stage. But it ends by him getting carried out by Deion Sanders. Let's watch the footage and then look at what we can learn from this mishap. Look how tiny he is. So he's trying to talk to that huge dude. He ends up getting pushed physically out of the way as people walk by. Pretty normal. I'm sure his agent's super pumped about that. But then here we cut to, he gets on, he ends up being able to grab a microphone. He puts his arm around him, and they're kind of laughing it off here. And at one point, the guy says, we're here live.
We're live here on Game Day Prime on NFL Network. So, be honest, you can tell.
So he tries to tell him that we're live, and he asks the player the question, and then Kevin Hart goes right into answering it. And then look at him. This guy's laughing. Trust me, that is not an honest laugh. He does not think that's funny. If he could, he would grab Kevin Hart and throw him over that fence. But he has to kind of act like it's funny because they try to keep the vibe on these things. I actually saw a statistic of the NFL, the pregame, where they have all the old players on there chatting. Like 35% of the whole time is just them laughing because studies show that's what people want to see. That's what keeps people watching. So they all want to keep laughing. Now, he actually thinks it's hilariously funny. This is the only guy who actually thinks that what he's doing is funny. At the end, when Kevin Hart slips up, he laughs hard. But here, Deion Sanders starts coming over. You know, in the earpiece, they're like, hey, dude, go over there and do something. But Kevin Hart makes a big deal, and he's laughing about it. He's saying, get off me. So Deion knows he has to back away because he doesn't want to make some big scene of getting him kicked out. But watch what happens up here. He starts talking again, and watch right here.
We gave a
He catches himself cussing. Then Deion knows it's his chance to get rid of him, physically pushes him off the stage while they're laughing. Incredible. So what can we learn from this? Well, first of all, you don't want to get bombed at a place. I don't know where his agent was. There should have been someone watching after him, seeing as he's getting super drunk and has a propensity to do stuff like that, look after him. But what we can learn, I'm not telling you not to drink. I think drinking has a lot of positive attributes in our society when you're going out within culture. But you gotta know how much you're drinking, and you gotta know, more importantly, how do you specifically react when you drink? Do you get out of control? Why are you drinking? By the way, if when you go out to be social, say you're going to happy hour or something like that, and you feel like you need a couple drinks just to feel normal because you're feeling awkward, I'd highly suggest you can touch or click up here and download a social invincibility checklist. It'll give you a better understanding of what's going around you socially, so you don't feel like you have to hammer a couple beers just before you can feel normal in there. But basically, just come to an understanding of how you behave. Watch. Is it 5 beers that you start to lose your cool and go out of control? Is it 10? Is it 3? Find that sweet spot and just keep on that. I don't care if you got to use your cell phone to keep track of how many drinks you had, but you never want to let yourself get out of control. Because even though they say all press is good press, and now everyone's talking about Kevin Hart, not 100% sure that that's great for his career to be seen as a liability like that. So just be sure that you know how you're doing it in your own life so you can choose when you want to be a smooth operator, when you want to be in control and have an effect on what you're doing rather than a liability, which we all turn into when we've had too much to drink. Now, have you seen this video right here? If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you click on it right now to watch it. I'll talk to you over there.